This is the Mother's House Podcast, and I am Deshaun.
What's going on? My name is Corey. Peace to the family. Peace to you and yours. We've been out of the loop for a minute, but we back in it at it like we never left. Well, what's up?
Here we go. What's good with you, cuz?
I'm cooling, maintaining, losing weight, drinking a lot of water, eating healthier, doing a little better.
Oh, well,
I'm that diet, but everything else is like some bullshit. But, we good.
Well, things could be worse, so we'll just leave it right there.
Exactly.
But so apparently it was a really exciting weekend for albums.
Apparently, yeah. To a lot of people, Nasir, Nas had dropped his album Nasir, and Jay-Z and Beyonce dropped a surprise album. Trying to promote for the Run the Tour 2.
On the Run Tour?
Run the Tour. Don't Jay-Z look like Aunt Viv?
What? Aunt Viv?
Uh-huh.
Who the fuck said that? That's rude.
Somebody said that on social media. I was like, that's mean and demeaning to Aunt Viv.
Right. He don't look like her. Nobody think about no damn Aunt Viv. They wrong for that.
But, so, I guess we're going to do a quick review on, I guess, both of the albums.
Sure.
Why not? Why not let us talk our shit?
Do you want to do both of the albums, or do you want to do one and then you want to do another one?
See how long one of them goes. So you want to start off with the first album, Nasir, and then see how long that takes?
Yeah. Okay, so Nas. So I like Nas' album. I thought it was good, I enjoyed it. It's really short. I guess having a short album is like how people do nowadays. I can appreciate short albums. Nobody got time to listen to them long ass albums.
Well, I appreciate long a 16 track concept album if it's like filled with great content and the musicality is really good.
And if it makes sense.
But a lot of artists, I don't know, nowadays they're not really trying to wow you with their music. And that's what I feel with the Nasir album. I don't dislike it. It's a solid project. I mean, Nas haven't dropped a really bad project to me. But it's good. It's all right, for me. It's just something about the album. That's why I kind of wanted to talk about both albums, but
Okay, well, we can talk about both.
We'll see. But we're gonna focus on Nasir at the moment. So, what was your favorite tracks off the album?
Off the Nas album, I like all of them.
You like every song? I didn't like every song. Well, no, I ain't gonna say I didn't dislike it. It just seemed like something's missing with that Nas album to me. You know what I mean?
It didn't sound like classic Nas to you? Yeah.
Okay. But it's classic Nas. It just I just don't feel it like I'm not on the wave saying it's a classic.
Do you think it's because you are older now and you've heard all of Nas' stuff and you've heard a lot of music, so is it just a little harder to impress our generation now? Maybe that's what it is?
That could be what it is. It could be that. Don't get me wrong, it's probably refreshing to hear Nas, hear somebody spitting real bars, but you got other people out here spitting bars. I enjoy J-Rock album more than I enjoy the Nas album.
Why?
Because you got to keep in mind, these artists have been famous for a long time, right? So the hunger and the passion is probably not as intense, and it's probably don't come off as authentic. You dig what I'm saying? Like for instance, on this album, white labels, I didn't really like that track. production was good, and this is the thing: the production is good. The production throughout the whole project is good. It's actually really good.
But you don't like the chemistry between Kanye West and Nas?
I think it could work. I think it would work better if earlier Kanye West, like Kanye West working on the graduation and shit like that, it would work better.
Do you think sometimes the production is a little bit overpowering?
That's what I feel with this project. I think the production outshined Nas' lyrics. I think Nas can't really he can't tap into powerful beats like that. You know what I mean?
Well, that's not about his lyricism. That's more so about, I guess, the texture of his voice and his flow.
It's probably the texture of his voice, but more so probably the energy.
His flow.
That Nas brings. Nas brings a different kind of vibe when he raps.
Right. You think Kanye was just doing too much?
Not that he was doing too much, because like I said, the production is good. The whole album is solid. It just,
it just wasn't a good. It could have been better.
It could have been better. You dig what I'm saying? I think I wanted to hear more from.
Okay, go.
I think the album Nasir is a solid album. Not great to me. It ain't nothing that is going to be like on my playlist or because I enjoyed Distant Relatives more than I enjoyed this album. Now this album is better than his last one, Life is Good. I would give it that. You know what I'm saying? But,
okay. So do you consider yourself a big Nas fan?
Oh yeah, I'm a diehard Nas fan.
Right.
Not diehard, but Nas is like in my top 3.
Right.
Rappers of all time. So.
Right.
So
do you think
it's hard to impress us after we heard so much content from Nas?
Right.
So it could probably a mixture of that. And we just speaking solely on the music. We ain't touching on the personal life. I do feel like this album seems a little bit more in the hotepery, the broke teps lane. A lot of broke teps will love this. A lot of
it's broke teps.
that was Thought Primes called broke teps. That guy's funny. It definitely, the hipster class loves Nas. The white hipsters, the blipsters, and all that, they love Nas, so they're gonna make this album seem like and they like Kanye, love Kanye, so they're gonna elevate this album bigger than what it probably actually is if you listen to it, with a looking for authenticity, and I just didn't really feel that from this album.
Do you think that? How do you think Nas's album measures up to other albums of the day, from like a KOD to like Migos' latest album?
It's better than Migos.
Let's just say that right now. Let's get that out of the way. Like, it's better than that shit.
Get that out of the way. This shit better than Migos.
Oh, and also Cardi B.
Better than Cardi B. Well, as far as KOD, I enjoy KOD more than I enjoy this. Now, it's different. It's different preferences for different folks. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm a type of person I like to catch a vibe. You know what I'm saying? And you can catch vibes off of this album, definitely. But I think the lack of the drum instrumentation, the lack of instrumentation in this kind of pulls me away a little bit. So I'm heavy into the instrumentations. The drums get me moving. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't really move me like that. It made me be like, oh, this dope, this cool. I like what they did with this. I love the vocalization throughout the album from Kanye and The Dream on that song. I forget the name of the song, but on that song, I love that. But outside of that, you know what I'm saying? It's a solid project.
That's what's up. I think it's solid. I feel like it's a good listen. I do. Now, okay, so people always saying they want artists to talk about, more pressing matters and want their material to be a little bit more about, what's going on and reflect current situations, the times. So, with Nas now doing this, do you feel like you're kind of being a damn if you do, damn if you don't type of fan, like almost like you can't be pleased because you've heard so much in Nas?
Not so much that, because my issue is not him talking about those particular topics on this album. Like I expect him to talk about this kind of stuff on the album. I figured he would talk about something, at least something. You know what I'm saying? He touched on a lot of stuff on this album, and he drops some jewels on this album. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I think that people do have that attitude towards an artist like a Nas or like a J. Cole or like a Kendrick. They criticize him on those things. But for me, with this album, it's not that his content, his wordplay wasn't really up the par that I expect. You dig what I'm saying? And I kind of wanted it more of I don't know what I expected from the album or what I wanted from the album. I mean, it is what it is. It came out like how it came out. So
you just aren't wowed.
It's just not wow. It doesn't wow me. You know what I mean?
I get it. Yeah.
It didn't wow.
He didn't top himself.
Yeah, he did top himself. He topped himself from his last album. Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, his last album was all right. It was really all right. It wasn't really all that great. But that's due to, and then this does show that Nas can do something on a popular production. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people say he can't pick beats and shit.
Okay, with that being said, do you think you don't like Kanye West's production because you feel like it's mainstream?
Maybe that. It might be that. And Kanye production is very mainstream. It's extremely mainstream. But I can appreciate a mainstream production and lyrical content that really touches home. But the lyrical content on this album, it didn't really touch home for me. You know what I mean? Because probably of the overbearing of the mainstream production. You know what I mean? Like on Cop the Kid, I think Kanye West had the more meaningful lyric than Nas did on this production, on that song. You know what I'm saying? Because when Kanye was speaking, he was speaking from he was describing, he was more in detail. With Nas, it was more general. You know what I'm saying? Granted, I'm pretty sure Nas wrote that lyric for Kanye, but I kind of expected more from Nas. Nas let me down.
Shut up.
But he's still a growth. He's still great. You know what I'm saying? Outside the personal issues, as far as we gonna stick to the music and stick to the lyrical shit. He's still a amazing MC, still the GOAT MC, and still show he can still spit. You know what I'm saying? But that's one thing. Nas ain't gonna never not spit. You know what I mean? I think I wanted a more personal album. You know what I'm saying? A more reflective album from Nas. That's probably what I was looking for. I didn't get that. But I do feel that he's a little bit bitter about his situation with police. You can kind of feel that intensity on the album throughout some of the songs. You know what I'm saying? And he's a little bitter about his choice of women that he's dated. And you got to realize Nas has been a simp in hip hop for a long time. All right, when it comes his affliction with the women, so he realized, and he's actually kind of bitter about it.
Interesting.
That's what it came off to me.
Why do you think Nas is a simp in hip hop?
I mean, look at it ain't because of the women that he chooses. There's something wrong with them. Something wrong with Nas. I think Nas just,
crazy.
It's something personal going on with him. You know what I'm saying? It's something personal with his insecurities that he don't really truly understand as a man, as a grown ass man, and he probably still searching and trying to figure it out. You know what I mean?
That's interesting.
But you can definitely hear it. You can definitely hear his tone when he speaks on women. That's why I said broke cats will love this. You know what I'm saying? Because they're all on this like fuck the women. Get money, be about business, be about building black people. This album doesn't say like this album. If you listen to it too closely, you'll be like, what does this got to do with black family? I hear him speaking about his kids and want to get back to his kids, but he ain't speaking about like building a bridge with his women, with women.
Maybe that's not where he at.
Yeah, exactly. That's not where he at. Like I said, you can tell. Nas is a moody rapper. You can tell that the situation with him and Khalees is definitely in his album, and it's causing him to shift his whole mood. You dig what I'm saying?
Maybe that caused him to make the album that y'all didn't want, like the album, instead of making the DJ Khaled album from that song.
Okay, yeah, it could be. It could be. You know, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't fault him for it. Well, I think guys have a drinking problem.
How do you come to that conclusion?
I just been seeing him a lot on like he got a little thing on Netflix with him and his artist Davies, and man, he looked like he drink all the damn time.
What?
And he gotta talk like he drink all the damn time. And even on the record, he said he drink all the damn time. So you know, I think Nas might have a drinking problem.
He still look young.
Yeah, I mean, you drink all the time and still you can have an alcoholic problem and still look young. A lot of these young motherfuckers got a lot of other shit problems. Yeah.
Well, okay. I think that'll do it for Nas before Corey starts to go into all kind of details he think he know about Nas.
I don't know much about that. I just said that with my perspective of looking at Nas and interviews and shit. That's good.
Yeah, that's funny. But let's.
I don't know if he drunk alcoholic, but I'm pretty sure he drinks more than he should.
Shut up! I can't. All right, so what y'all think about Nas' album? We want to hear from Nas fans as well as people who aren't into Nas like that, but whoever listened to the album, tell us what you think, whatever you think. But make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, share. Tell your friends and
your mama and your cousin too.
Right, and look out for our next podcast, and we're gonna be talking about the Carter's album.
Right.
Peace out.
I will not raise my daughter differently than my mother raised me. The rearing I got from my mother, words cannot express. I could live in any time, I could live in any country, I could live on any planet, and I would be fine.
What was the key? What did your mother know? What truth was coming through your mother that's going to come through you to your daughter?
My mother gave us aphorisms to learn as children. And the one there are two that stand out foremost in my mind. One is the inner reality creates the outer form. I learned this when I was in grade school. I was very young. And the other is the universe bears no ill to me. I bear no ill to it.